Alright, this is going to be my Agatha All Along episode 6 review. I really like this episode. It is all about Billy Kaplan, his backstory, and how it sets him up as Wiccan and everything, because we just got that reveal in episode 5. It was a longer episode, thankfully, because, you know, that's a big complaint that a lot of people have been having, that the episodes just aren't very long. This one was 49 minutes long, so without the intro and end credits, it was probably around like 41, 42 minutes, which is pretty good. So yeah, the episode opens up, we're following Billy Kaplan at his bar mitzvah, I believe, and, you know, he's just hanging out, he's listening to music, he's having a good time, everything's going well. Then they get an alert on their phones that the anomaly in Westview is, you know, triggering, like, this emergency response, and they all start to rush home. And it was just really cool to see the whole Scarlet Witch anomaly thing happen from an outsider's perspective. Like this family that had to evacuate a bar mitzvah, seeing the red energy and everything. I thought it was just really cool to revisit such a cool moment within the MCU. But then they get in a car accident and Billy dies. And you can see his soul like fully leaves his body, but then Billy Maximoff just inhabits him. So now we know exactly how Billy Maximoff basically became a real person. And I think they did it in a really interesting way. You know, I enjoyed it, and him trying to deal with, like, am I actually Billy Maximoff or am I Billy Kaplan, and him struggling with that dual identity. Evan Peters also returned in this episode as Ralph Bohner. Unfortunately, he is still not Quicksilver, and Marvel Studios, you better make this guy Quicksilver at some point, because, you know, if you just bring back Evan Peters and he's just Ralph Bohner a couple of times, and we never actually see him get to be like a full-on speedster in an Avengers movie, I think that's a massive waste of talent. But anyways, he pops up in this episode and he gives some information to Billy and his boyfriend, and they're talking about Wanda Maximoff and Agatha. And I thought Evan Peters did a really great job. Like, his performance definitely elevated this episode, even though he was barely in it. Then the episode basically just gave us a different perspective of, I believe, episode 2, the episode where Teen meets Agatha and breaks into her house and everything. And it was nice to just see a different perspective from that moment. I thought it was really entertaining, and, you know, I've always been a big fan of different perspectives of moments that you found interesting, and I did find episode 2 really interesting, so seeing it from a different side was enjoyable. And I really like the chemistry that Joe Locke and Catherine Hahn have. I think all of the scenes that they have together are absolute dynamite. Then at the end of the episode, we find that Agatha is alive and she is going to continue down the Witch's Road alongside Billy Maximoff, and the name is revealed and everything fully to Agatha, and it was just nice to see the exchange between her and Billy just talking about the Scarlet Witch and everything, and it was also revealed what Billy Maximoff's end goal is going to be when he gets to the end of the Witch's Road, and it's not to meet his mom or save his mom or anything, it's actually to save his brother. And his brother, of course, is Tommy Maximoff. Now, we don't really know where he is right now. Billy says that he can, like, sense him, but he just can't find him. There are some rumors that the Vision series is going to deal with Tommy, and I could totally see that happening. You know, you have Billy in the Agatha show, and then Tommy in the Vision show, and then you can have another show, which they said they're going to do another spin-off that can be about, like, the brothers finding each other finally, something like that. But I thought it was really interesting to have Billy want to find his brother instead of the Scarlet Witch. I felt like, you know, he would want to find his mom first and then maybe go find Tommy, but I guess he really wants to find his brother, which I thought was kind of touching. But yeah, guys, overall, episode 6 was really entertaining. I thought it was shot really well. I thought the script was pretty good. I thought the pacing was really good. I'm really starting to like Billy Maximoff right now, aka Wiccan. At first, I was like, you know, I don't know. But now, the more we get to know about him, the more he's interacting with Agatha and the other witches and all that, I'm really starting to like this character. I think he's going to be super important. Joe Locke was actually talking about a Young Avengers project today, which I think they're definitely going to do over at Marvel Studios. You've got Wiccan, then you're going to have Tommy as Speed, then you've got like Kamala Khan, you've got Patriot, you've got Kate Bishop, like all of the pieces are there. So I could totally see them do a Young Avengers project, and I think that would actually be a really cool thing to do. But now on to my rating out of 10. I thought this episode was really solid. I think this was the best episode in the series so far. We got to explore the backstory of Billy, and I thought that was really interesting, and I thought it was well done. It was shot well, the script was good, the cinematography was good. I really liked the dynamic between Joe Locke and Catherine Hahn's characters. I think their chemistry is really good. And I just like these characters, and I'm wrapped up in the story right now, and I can't wait to see where it goes. I do think the second half of this episode wasn't as strong as the first half, but like I said, I still really enjoyed it. I thought the pacing was well done, and I was entertained thoroughly throughout it, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Like I said, this is my favorite episode out of the whole series so far. And now that we have the whole backstory for Billy Maximoff, I think it's going to really pick up and get real crazy for the last 3 episodes. So guys, that is my thoughts on episode 6. Let me know what you guys thought down below in the comments. Did you like this episode? Did you hate it? And what would you rate it out of 10?